I see somebody going up to your son and trying to shake his body, being like, wake up, but he had already died.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Well, I know, he tells me. That's what you pay me for. First of all, his soul is here. He kept saying to me, I have to reach my family, I have to reach my family. And when I'm connecting, right away, your son was going like this, and he says, Matt, you need to let my family know that I'm okay. And first of all, he says, I need to let my mom know that I am so sorry. He says, because she saved my life once before, he tells me. He tells me that he was going through these active struggles with addiction here in the physical world.
Yes.
He says, and Matt, you don't understand. My mother used to police me, he tells me. She was on me 24/7. He says, and I didn't realize the full extent to how my mom protected me here in this world. And your son just said to me when I'm connecting, Matt, he says, you need to let my mom know that first of all, he knows how protective you were of him here in this world.
Yes.
Because you were so afraid that he wasn't telling the truth, that he was lying, that he was keeping things from you here in this world.
Yes.
And you always had your hand right on his shoulder throughout life. He says, and Matt, I need to thank my mom. He says, because she constantly lifted me up and put me back together here in this world.
Yeah.
Your son says to me, Mom, thank you for making me who I was here in this world. He says, because you always told him, listen, I'm not going to judge you. If you're having a problem, if you're having an issue, if anything's going on in your life, you come to me and you tell me. Don't hide it from me. I'm here to help you.
Always.
And your son said to me, Matt, I lied. I didn't tell my mom. And your son says to me, that was my biggest regret here in this world. Because Matt, I was not fighting this alone. He says, my mom was fighting this with me every single step of the way. And he says to me that the one thing that he wants to let you know is this. He said, Matt, please tell my mom that she saved my life many times. He says, and what he needs you to know is that throughout his life here in this world, he says, not only did you make me a better person, he says, but you gave me every tool that I needed to have the life, he says, to have the life that I was meant to live. Because he shows me, like, you looking for jobs for him and helping with him with jobs and like all of these things that you did. Your son just said to me this. He says, Matt, please tell my mom that the day that I died, he says, I made a mistake.
He did.
And I gotta tell you something, your son did not mean to end his life. He never thought he would die like this.
Thank you.
He needs you to know that.
Thank you.
I know what happened.
I needed to know that.
Your son says to me, he did a really good job. He was clean for quite some time here in this world.
Oh, yeah.
And what's crazy is I see him clean. I see that he was back to himself. It's like for a while, you felt like you got your son back.
Yes.
And he said to me that you started to ease up on him. You started to let up on being so protective. And what I have to tell you is that he shows me him meeting up with a friend when I'm connecting with him. And I see him getting a substance when I'm connecting with him. And he says, Matt, I didn't realize that I couldn't take the same amount of what I was used to.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was an accident.
Thank you, Matt.
So your son says to me that he's been trying his hardest to reach you with this message. He says, because Matt, he goes, I'm going to be honest. He goes, I just thought I was going to take this, he says, and then wake up tomorrow and be completely fine.
Absolutely.
It's almost like when you haven't drank in a while and you're like, oh, I'm just going to have a drink, and then that's it. That's what he shows me.
Yep.
He says, but the thing is that he never woke up, he shows me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I see that whoever found him thought he was sleeping at the time.
Yes.
Because I see somebody going up to your son and trying to shake his body, being like, wake up, but he had already died.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Well, I know, he tells me. That's what you pay me for.
Oh my God.
So know that one of the things that your son says is that, Matt, I gotta tell my mom, I don't want anybody held accountable for this but me. Because you're so upset. Because you keep going and saying, like, everybody knew he was doing so good. Like, whoever gave that to him or whoever was with him, like, they should have known.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta be honest with you. Your son says to me this, Mom, I knew better.
Yeah.
He says, and the one thing is that he didn't fall back into his addiction. It was a mistake. He made a mistake.
I know he did.
And I really want you to know that. Because he says, I don't want you to think that all of our hard work together was flushed down the toilet, because it wasn't.
It wasn't by anybody else's hand.
He tells me, I want you to know that every single day I am with you. I am your guardian angel watching over you. He also says to me, thank you for what you do for me in the holidays.
Yes.
He just said to me, he says, Matt, do you know my mom almost wasn't going to celebrate the holidays, he tells me.
The first year. Yeah. I know.
And then I saw that there was some type of an ornament or something that you put on the tree in memory of your son.
Yes.
I made one for him.
Yes.
He said to me, as long as that ornament is on the tree, I am with you every single year. Thank you for doing that for me, he said.
Thank you.
Thank
Can I also tell you this? Your son just said to me, Matt, I also have to thank my sister as well.
No, I'm gonna cry now.
So can I please tell you that your brother just wants to thank you for the great care you've taken of your mom.
Oh.
He says, because Matt, he says, they have become such great friends since my passing. He says, and you know, your daughter worries about you every single day because she sees how sad you are, she sees how much that you keep inside, and your son wants to let you know this. For him coming through right now, it means he is completely at peace, and he does not want you to be haunted by the day that he died. He says, so Matt, please tell my mom and my sister, go have fun, enjoy every moment, be a part, he says, be a part of her life the way that you are a part of mine, and know that I am forever with you. There's only one other thing. Hold on. Your brother just said to me you changed your hair.
Oh, I do know that.
Yes.
What did you say? How did I know that?
It's right here. How do you know that?
Honey, do you know what I do for a living? He just said to me, I like it better the other way. What the hell's you doing?
How does he know that?
I don't know. I don't
Just because your brother died doesn't mean he's not done busting your balls on the other side.
That is
And I'm going to tell you something else. Your brother's not done with you. He also tells me that he haunts you as well, because he tells me you have all these weird things happening. Like all of a sudden the
Yes.
lights will start to flicker and things will
Yes.
happen.
The pictures of him will fly off the wall at our house, and I literally just got hair extensions last week. Not to throw myself under the bus, but
That's all right. I was going to say only the dead know, but we know now.
that's
All of
crazy.
Tampa knows. Listen, what I have to tell you is this. It's your brother's way of letting you know that his soul is really here. He's really with you. He is by your side. He said, my mom was waiting. She was begging me, come through. You have to come through.
I was.
And you know what? He just threw you under the bus because he says to me, Matt, if I didn't come through today, my mother would never come to another one of your shows.
I just said that today. I just said that today. I said, Jeff, if you don't come through today, I've been through 2 of the Zoom meetings with you, and this is my last year we were here. I said, Jeff, if you don't come through today, I'm not coming again. I seriously swear I just said that today.
Now, why do I have to get punished when your loved ones don't come through? Well, listen, he heard you because he said that to me. He goes, Matt, he was telling me this was my only chance. So the fact that you told your son that he heard that. So when you came those times, right, and you didn't get a reading, doesn't mean that your son wasn't here. It just means he wasn't ready to come through at that time. Sometimes we have to go through a little bit of healing. But I'll tell you, he heard you today. And I'm glad that you're here.